Yeah, yeah. Good evening, all. So myself, I'm Vijay. I hold like 17 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, URL, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes.
Is my yes. Can anyone please confirm? Is my voice clear and is the screen visible to all, right?
Yes, it is clear.
Fine. Thank you. Okay. As part of today's session, just I'm going to cover the following topics. I'm just going to cover the following topics, right? Why Python? Why Python, right? Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. What are the reasons which makes Python super popular? Who can learn Python? Who can learn Python, right? What are the prerequisites for learning Python? There are no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update with Python, right? Yes. So Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programming languages, right? And how Python was built. Python has taken the advantages, features from different other programming languages. Python has taken the features or advantages from different other programming languages, right? Yes. It has taken some features or some advantages from one programming. It has taken some features or advantages from other programming. In this way, from multiple programming languages, it has taken the features or advantages, because of which we call Python as a hybrid language. I'll be discussing all this in brief, right? Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? 1 second. Python currently, the companies that are using Python and features and Python comparison with other programming, right? Python comparison with other programming means coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, you can check how this Python statements as compared with other programming languages. Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python super popular. Python scope and job market. Python scope and job market. What is the job market of Python currently? What is the scope of Python in the coming years? Okay. This is what I'll be discussing in today's and tomorrow's session, right? Yes. Starting with why Python. Python is a general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming. General purpose means, right? Okay. Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python. Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python. For example, before Python, there are some programming languages. We have got some programming language. If you heard about the programming languages like Pascal, we have got some programming languages like Fortran. We have got some programming languages like COBOL, right? These programming languages are purpose based. These are used for a specific purposes, not for all the purposes, right? These programming languages are used for a specific purpose. Okay. Pascal and Fortran, they're used for complicated mathematical applications and for scientific applications. COBOL for business applications, means these are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purpose, but a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application. Such a language, we call it as general purpose programming. Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any kind of applications using Python, like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, graphic applications, gaming applications, networking applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. So because of which Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming today, right? With the diversified number of applications creations, right? Yes. It's not purpose based. It's not for a particular purpose. Multi-programming features. Python has got multi-programming features. Miss, let me give a labor example, right? If you want to launch a new product in the market to attract the customers, what features you want to see within the product, means like if you want to launch a new mobile phone into the market, right? If we combine all the features of various other mobiles and embed into a single piece, and if we release it, right? Attracting the customer, right? In the same way, Python is a kind of programming where we see the features of different other programming languages, like procedural oriented programming, object oriented programming, scripting, and modular programming, because of which Python, we call Python as a hybrid language. High level language. Python is a high level language. There are two types of languages, I can say. Python is a high level. Two types of languages. Two types of languages. First one is like low level language. Low level languages. Second is like high level languages. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages. Low level languages like assembly level language, or machine level language. These languages are human understandable. Human understandable. They are portable. Human understandable. They are portable. See, they're not portable, sorry. Low level languages, they are not human understandable. They are not portable. Machine dependent. They are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. Machine dependent, right? They cannot run on all the operating systems and all the. But high level languages like Python is a high level language. So it's human understandable. Python is what? Human understandable. It's portable and machine independent. Observe, right? Python is human understandable. It's portable and machine independent. Can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. And Python is interpretation language. Interpretation. So we have got again two categories right here, right? You see, like compilation and interpretations. We have got some compilation languages. Yes. And interpretation languages. Compilation, right? Like C language. Interpretation like Python. Python is an interpretation language. So for example, if you got some lines of code, right? Got some lines of code. If you're in compilation languages, it executes the entire code at once. It executes the entire code at once and displays the errors. If you got any errors, it will display the errors, right? In Python, if you got some lines of code, it executes statement by statement. It won't execute the entire code at once. Statement by statement, it executes. Making debugging easy, right? Statement by statement, it executes, making debugging easy. Fine. Python is a cross-platform language which can run on any platform like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, right? But in Linux, no need of any separate installation, right? Python comes as an inbuilt within this Linux. So no need of any separate installations for it. Fine. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes. The syntaxes of Python looks like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programmings, right? So today, what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? So before that, right? Yes. Python has got what features? Python has procedural oriented programming features, right? Procedural oriented programming features. Like example, C language, it has got the features. Once again, I'm saying there is no prerequisite for learning Python. Anybody can update, right? So I'll be discussing all this from the scratch, from the ground level to the advanced level. And object-oriented programming. Python has got object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming features. Example like C++, Java. There's got like C++ and Java, right? Okay, fine. Scripting features, procedural-oriented programming features like C language, object-oriented programming features like C++, Java. Scripting features, right? There's got scripting features like shell scripting. Example like Linux shell scripting. And it has got the features of modular programming. Has got the features of modular programming. Example like Modulo 3. Example like Modulo 3, right? See, Python, see, if you talk about this, Java and Python are the two major programming languages. So Python and Java are the two major programming languages used for enterprise applications creation, right? Development. So Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming, but using Python with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with modular programming, many different types of applications we can develop. Just like C language, like C++, like Java, like Modulo 3, we can develop many different types of applications using Python. And using the scripting, right? We are using script, Python script. Yes. I'll coming to that modular programming, but before that scripting, right? So Python script is used in IoT, in robotics, in writing scripts, automation scripts in AWS DevOps, right? And modular programming, Python has got great boom today because of this modular programming. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing, right? For different domains, whatever domain you are from, Python provides a module. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python provides that for every environment. So from testing or from networking, data science or big data, any environment, Python has got a module for it, using which we can perform the operations using the built-in functionalities. We don't need to write huge codes. Right. Because of this modular programming, right? Python has got a great boom. Fine. See, for example, for data science, Python provides separate modules, 10 to 15 modules Python has got, right? For data science environment, right? Yes. And for big data, right? For big data also, Python provides separate modules for this big data environment, right? For every environment, for networking, for testing. For networking, right? Python has got separate modules. Separate framework also it is providing, right? For testing or for test cases, right? Yes. For operating system kinds of activities. For OS, the name of the module itself is OS, right? Operating system kinds of activities, OS. Yes. And for every database, for Oracle, it has got like CX underscore Oracle is the module, right? Python is providing, using which Python can easily connect with Oracle database. For MySQL, right? Python has got PyMySQL. PyMySQL is the module using which Python can connect with MySQL database. Networking, testing, OS, Oracle, MySQL, right? Yes. DB2, right? It has got separate modules. Python has got separate modules. Oracle, MySQL, DB2. For all this, Python has got separate modules. Even for working with different types of files, for Excel files, Python has got separate module. Okay, write a Python code to create a Excel file. After that, again, I need to create multiple Excel sheets by writing Python code. Write data into the sheet 2, read data from sheet 1. So this kind of operations by writing Python code I can perform, right? Yes. For Excel, right? We have got Excel SX writer, Excel OD module, right? Open Excel, right? In this way, different modules available for reading, writing data for it. Not only for Excel, for comma separated values, CSV, the name of the module itself is CSV. It has got many reader functions, has got many built-in writer functions, right? Yes. JSON, right? JSON. JSON also JavaScript object notation like key value pairs for every file format, Excel, CSV, JSON, XML, right? For every file format, Python is providing a model using which we can easily connect with the files. Python can connect with the files, can read data, can write data, or even for mathematical activities, right? Python has got a math module using which can perform any mathematical related operations. And even for statistical operations, right? We have got many statistical modules available, right? Yes. and even for generating graphs, different types of graphs, normal graphs, bar graphs, histograms, scatter plots, stack plots, right? So different types of graphs we can generate using Python. So tomorrow just I'll be briefing you about the coding of Python, how it looks, how to generate graphs with very less code, right? Yes. So now you need to know, before you update with any technology, you need to know what kind of applications are getting developed. What kind of applications are with? Okay. First, Python real-time applications, right? Python real-time applications. So, right. So Python mostly used today in creation of web applications. Lot of web applications are getting developed today by using Python. So you may ask multiple queries, right? Previously, we have got Java, .NET, all these, they are mostly used from last 20-25 years for developing web application. Why again Python now? Python, right? It has got frameworks like Django framework, Flask framework, Pyramid, DURGASIR, right? Bottle, right? All this. Among all this, Django framework is the most important framework. Django framework is the most important framework, right? Yes. So it has got many flexible features. Django is providing many flexible features, right? Yes, it provides many multiple features. It has got its own database like SQLite 3. SQLite 3. Yes. No need to write the codings. Already the pre-written codes are already available within this, right? So at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application, right? Using this Django framework of Python, right? And Python mostly used in creation of automation applications. A lot of automation applications are getting developed today by using Python, using technologies like data science. Total implementation goes in Python, right? Using technologies like IoT, Internet of Things, using like DevOps environment, right? So IoT, right? Physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, and electronics, right? For exchanging the data, for collecting the data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? Yes. So here 90% of the coding, 90% of the coding, right? In Python means should have seen like a smart TV or smart home. See, like you should have seen like a smartphone or smart TV, right? You're going to see like smart homes and smart cities, electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other, right? Yes, 90% of coding in Python. And if you talk about data science, everything deals with the data. Data has got experience using this data or data science. We perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data recommendations, right? It's a blend of techniques, data science. The main technique what we see within this data science is EML. EML, right? Machine learning. Within this machine learning, we have got many techniques, right? Regression techniques, classification techniques, clustering techniques, recommendation techniques, pattern matching techniques. For all these techniques to implement, you require a language. To code, you require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming for this data science, machine learning, deep learning environments, right? Yes. Even in DevOps environment, right? Python is chosen as the best language for writing automation scripts and also for decreasing the life time taken within the life cycle, right? Yes. Apart from this, what is the other major area where Python is mostly used is the big data area, right? It's also like big data. Within this big data environment also, you should have seen like KBs of data, MBs of data or GBs, for example. You should have seen KBs or MBs or GBs or terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, yottabytes, sottabytes, so on, right? From TB onwards, we say like huge data, 1 terabyte, 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TBs. Already 1 TB is a large storage unit, right? But okay. So examples of petabytes or exabytes of data generation means example like social media like Facebook, right? Social media like Facebook. Facebook has got millions and trillions of users throughout the world. So what is the data generated by Facebook in a minute? What should be the storage capacity of it, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. Facebook, right? What Facebook generating data and not in KBs or MBs, right? Terabytes of data. And not only like a Facebook today, if you talk about 1 minute transaction, if you talk about 1 minute transaction, right? In a minute. How many Facebook posts? How many Twitter tweets? Google querying. This is what Twitter tweets. Google queries, right? Google queries. So wherever you see like huge data, right? Facebook generating huge data, Twitter tweets, Google queries, everyone creating your own videos, right? And uploading in the YouTube videos. YouTube videos upload huge data and email or Gmail messages. Email messages, right? Millions and trillions of users using email messages, right? Yes. And bank transactions. Telecom transactions. And like e-commerce, like e-commerce, right? E-commerce sites like Amazon, Flipkart. So everywhere you see like huge data. For huge data, right? We have got some tools like big data tools available. Big data like Hadoop, Spark. Okay. This Hadoop and Spark, they are implemented using languages like Scala, languages like Python. So Spark with Python, we got like PySpark. Okay. So PySpark is also implemented using Python. So apart from this big data, I'll just list out various other applications where Python is preferred. Apart from this big data, right? Web applications, automation applications, big data applications, GUI animations, right? Graphical user interface or animation applications, and even for game development. Yeah, for game development, right? Today, Python mostly used in developing games, right? Yes. Lot of games are getting developed using Python, like single user, multi-user, online games, right? Separately for this developing games, right? A separate framework Python is provided. Yes. The framework is like Pygame. Pygame is a framework given by Python for developing games, right? And apart from this, PySoy. Okay. It is also a 3D, okay. Some 3D rendering libraries, right? So Pygame, PyCora, Pygame, PyCora are two, right? Yes. PySoy, so 3D rendering libraries. Right. Okay, I'll come back to this. Just give me 5 more minutes. I'll just discuss all this. Apart from this game development, Python is also used for scheduling tasks. It is also used for scheduling tasks, right? Yes. One second. I'm just disabling it. Yes. So scheduling tasks. Next. Testing or test cases. And for software development, right? Python is mostly used. Software development, right? Yes. Software developers make use of Python as a support language. Apart from this, where Python, one of the hottest application of Python is like database applications. Okay. Without database, there is no web application, right? Apart from this, Python can also be used for networking applications, right? For networking applications, Python has got a separate framework. Networking applications, right? For networking, Python has got a separate framework. Twisted Python. What is that? Twisted Python. Okay, Twisted Python, right? It's a framework given by Python, especially for this networking applications. And apart from this, where Python can be used is for web scraping, scraping data from different website, extracting data or harvesting data, right? Apart from this, Python can also be used for embedded applications. The most famous embedded applications like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation, right? Yes. Scheduling tasks, testing, software development, database applications, network applications, web scraping, right? Yes. Raspberry Pi. Apart from this, so database, networking application, web scraping. CAD or 3D CAD applications. Python has got like CAD applications or 3D CAD applications. CAD applications or 3D CAD applications, right? Yes. So, yes, apart from this, Python has got the audio and video applications. Audio and video applications can be developed by using Python. Some of the, so as part of this course, doing in this framework, right? I'll be showing you some applications related to this audio and video, right? Apart from this, for computer vision, for face detection, color detection, and for object detection, right? Mostly used. And for data analysis. For robotics. Okay, so these are some of those examples, right? Topmost applications built using Python. So mostly using creation of web applications, automation applications, using implementing this data science, machine learning, deep learning concepts, big data like Spark with Python, PySpark in GUI, in game development, testing, networking, database applications, all things, right? And so who are using Python today? Just I'll take 5 more minutes. Who are using Python today? Topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications. who are using Python today, topmost applications built using or who are using Python or topmost applications built using Python. Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example of Python web application. The Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was rewritten in Python as it was too complex, right, within this Python environment. Yahoo using Python, right, for its file sharing service, and YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Instagram built using Python. Instagram, right? Built using Python, right? The prime reason for Instagram to choose for Python, Python practicality and Python features. Apart from this, YouTube for video sharing, Instagram, right? Yes. And some other applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, right? Yes. YouTube, Instagram, Quora, Reddit, Pinterest are some of those applications built using Python, right? Apart from this, Uber using Python for its Uber using Python, right? Uber pricing algorithm is implemented using Python. Okay. Apart from this, right? Yes. We have what other applications like MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script, iRobot for military and commercial applications. And for hardware testing purpose, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these, they use Python for hardware testing. Okay, so these are some of those, right, who are using Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Instagram, Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Uber, MMOG, Maya, iRobot, hardware testing. Right. Reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. First thing is people are migrating, developers are migrating towards Python because of its very less coding and simple syntaxes, right? Very less coding. First thing is what? Very less coding. Simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes given by Python, right? Yes. Apart from this, right? Yes. Interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode means we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, right, it gives response. One second. Okay, interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? For example, in the bottom search panel, I'm typing CMD. So here you can go, right? Type Python here, type Python and say enter. So Python 3.11.4 is the version, and this Python interpreter got opened, right? Yes. Any valid Python statements, 3 plus 4, it gives the output, right? So 45 into 3. So X value is 10, Y is 2. What is X value? What is Y? What is X plus Y? For every statement, it gives response. X minus Y, X by Y, X to the power of 2, 10 square. X square means what? 10 square. X equal to HELLO, right? X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times, right? Any valid Python statements are valid, right? If you want to come out, say quit, QUIT, right? Come out of this interactive mode. This kind of interaction we cannot see in any other programming, right? Python has got interactive mode and multi-programming features, right? Yes. Varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications. Apart from this, right? Many built-in libraries, many built-in functionalities, right? Many built-in libraries, many built-in functionalities. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains, right? Has got inbuilt functions, right? These are the reasons which makes Python so very less coding, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming. In tomorrow's session, I'll be briefing you, right? By taking a task and implementing in different programming languages. Simple syntaxes, can interact statement by statement, multi-programming features, many applications, and many built-in libraries, right? So now I'll show you, right? Python is the #1 ranked programming language. See that Python job market and scope of Python, right? Yes, just I'll open Google and I just say popular coding language. Popular coding language. In the Google, I'm just saying popular coding language, I'm saying. So which is the most popular okay, just go to this, right? See that outputs, you can see that the most popular programming language, Python. Next comes Java and other things, right? Python remains the most popular programming language. Python, next comes Java, JavaScript. So most popular programming languages, Python, JavaScript, these things. Now see some other examples, right? Most popular programming languages used by top 25 unicorn. Python stands first. Next comes Java. See here, most popular programming languages used. Python is used. Next JavaScript is used. Next Java. So the percentage of usage of Python here, most popular coding languages, Python, next Java, JavaScript. And if you see the graph, Python 31% used, Java 19% used currently, C++ 9, Ruby 7, and all, right? Yes. Okay. And if you see this, okay, if you see this Python, right? Yes, jobs, the job openings for Python, ranking by average salary and ranking by job openings also, Python stands first. Average salary and by job openings. And if you see, check this Python jobs, right? You can just click open a terminal, Open this and say Python jobs. Python jobs, you can say, right? Lot of jobs for Python today. Fine. Python openings. Twenty-two thousand 121 Python job vacancies in Hyderabad. Yes. 10,000 plus Python jobs. 941 Python developer jobs. 2,000 Python jobs and vacancies in Hyderabad, right? Yes. Okay. Apart from this, if even you can also go people who update with the full stack, right? They can also check for Django jobs, right? You can also have knowledge on Django. People who know Django are very less, and the two who has got command in Django are very less, right? Yes, Django jobs 25,000 to 80 Django job vacancies, 1,000 plus Python Django job vacancies, fine. Fine. So Python, not only for this Python, you can also go for Django jobs. So what is the course content I'll be discussing as part of this course, right? Yes. So observe this, right? Starting from the basic to the advanced level, right? Yes. Just observe this, right? Basic to the advanced level. See, nearly Python basics, Python, why Python is free, applications, features, versions, installations, flavors of Python, Python modes, interactive mode, batch mode, Python data types, constants, variables, input output statements, type conversions, operators in Python, different types of operators, Python IDs, PyCharm, PyDev, Pomodoro, right? Flow control statements, looping statements, strings, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, lists, same way, right? List operations, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, modifying a list, tuples also, and sets for mathematical operations, right? Yes. Okay, Python list, Python tuple sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, creating a function, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword arguments, right? Boolean function, modules in Python. Okay. Package in modules in Python, package in Python, errors and exceptions in Python, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, class, object inheritance, polymorphism, regular expressions for extracting required data from the given data, database concepts, installation of one database, Python data and time, OS module, advanced concepts, GUI programming. Not only like I'll be discussing some models related to different domains, data science related model, database related, networking related, right? Regular expressions, OS operating system related, date and time related, right? Excel workbook creating, data analytics, introduction to data science. And introduction to this data science, right? Python is mostly used in the data science environment. So introduction to this data science, data analytics, and Python pandas in brief, Python NumPy in brief, Python matplotlib in brief, right? Next, people who go for full stack, Django, right? Frameworks, Django installation, Django product architecture, Django applications, Django views, Django templates, Django admin. So working models and advanced concepts, right? So if you got that. So all this with 15 to 20 applications creations I'll be discussing, that 15 to 20 applications you'll be creating everyone, right? Nearly 20 applications. Apart from this, people who go, okay, like UI technologies will be given freely for HTML knowledge, total in brief, CSS knowledge, and JavaScript and MySQL. These are given freely, right? And every session is a video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video of that session, right? And notes also you'll be getting, right? Once you get enrolled. Fine. So first thing is like a Python. Within this Python core, Python advanced, and application oriented modules. And apart from this, secondly, right? The Django framework. UI technologies also will be discussed, right? UI technologies like that. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Okay. So Python, the Django framework, nearly like 15 to 20 apps creations. UI technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and project. This will be discussed for only Python. I'll be spending nearly 70 days, right? 70 days, nearly 2 months for it. 70, it's not like 45 hours course, 40 or 45 hours, you will be spending more hours. So we'll discuss many working examples, and for all this, the fee structure is 5K only for Python. And for other things, the fee structure is 7K actually. But if you go with only Python and full stack, total full stack Python at a time, the fee structure is 10K. Within the 10K, you'll be getting Python, core, advanced application-oriented modules, the Django framework, MySQL database, UI technologies, right? Project. All this will be covered, right? If you got any queries, and before I go, right, tomorrow also everyone can attend the session same time using the same link to see more on this, right? So if you got any queries, you can go with your queries now, right? Yes, anyone?
Hi, Vinod. This is Asif. I
Yeah,
have a couple of questions.
yeah, I'm Vijay.
Sorry, Vijay.
Yes.
Are you getting any exercises for every day?
Is this topic wise, I'll be providing you the assignments tasks, right? So if you want to get the command in this programming, right, you need to work with your own examples. You need to build your own code, right? Just getting the output is not the criteria, right? Here I'll be providing many assignments tasks to work with. Yes.
Okay. There are for a PySpark or any questions, let's say for web scraping, I have questions. Can I ask, maybe you can help me on a project or something?
Scrapping data, right? You have what URL model, BS, beautiful soup models are available for those things, right? You have got separate models for this web scrapping, right?
Yeah.
URL lib model is available. BS4 model, beautiful soup model is available, right? So using those, we can perform the operations. Scrapping data or harvesting data, right? From different sites. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other queries that anyone?
Let's say if I'm starting learning Python, what are the I installation the Python IDE? What is the industry standard on IDE?
So yes, integrated development environments, right? So in real time, we use different IDs, not on like others. Like I'm not going to show you on one ID. I'll be showing you on 4 to 5 IDs, right? Like Python supports multiple IDs. PyCharm is the one. PyCharm ID is the mostly used. PyCharm community and professional both. I'll show you the installation, downloading and installation of both. Apart from this, the other IDs like Spider ID, Jupyter Notebook, right? VS Code, Eclipse ID, all this I'll be showing you, right? So PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code, all these are the IDs supported by Python for different environments, right? I'll be showing you on 4 to 5 IDs for every 10 days. I'll be showing you on one ID, right? Fine. Among all these, PyCharm is the mostly used for Python environment. For people who are using Python, the data science, you go for Jupyter Notebook, Spider. And even for data analytics also, right? Like Spider, Jupyter Notebook mostly preferred, right? Yes. Any other queries, right? Anyone?
Hi Vijay, Shubham here.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Uh, Just that tool. So Python with Selenium, which means we use only this tool, or so another tool also we use normally in IT.
Okay, so Python, we have got separate batches for that, right? Yes. The people who go for that, right? We have got separate batch for people who go with Selenium with Python. So here I am showing, right, to the course content. I'll be discussing some of the environments, right? Some of the models, thousands of models Python has got. In
Okay,
the some modules,
for
I'll be discussing like regular expressions, database model, datetime model, OS model, graphic model, Excel module, data analytics related module, and data science related module like Pandas module, NumPy module, Matplotlib module, and how to create our own modules also we'll be discussing, right? So with that, you will get the picture, right? How to work and how to explore it and how to help on a particular module. Any module, how can I just explore it and how I can get the help on it? Everything I'll be discussing, right?
correct. Okay, so as a manual tester, I want to come into the automation. So the small doubt, like I have to go with the Python tool with the Python, or Python with JavaScript, like kind of thing. That's my small question
So
to you.
PyCharm is an IDE, right? So we'll be using this PyCharm IDE.
Okay.
So Python ID, it has got many tools, right? Internal tools are available where it can perform all those operations. ID is providing many related inbuilt functionalities, right? For performing PyCharm ID. Okay.
Oh, correct. Thank you.
Yes.
For
So,
the business analytics, the entire curriculum,
hmm.
the basic is sufficient, or the I will have to cover all the topics.
So I was saying, right, full stack Python, people who have full stack Python, there are two categories of people who learn Python, right? There are two categories of people who updates for Python.
Okay.
First category of people, they learn Python, but their
Yeah.
career won't be in Python, right? Like they go for data science implementation, big data implementation, and IoT or robotics,
Right.
DevOps, you're writing many automation scripts in DevOps means they use Python in different environments, but all these implementations goes in Python, right? So their career
Right.
will be in data science or big data or IoT or robotics on this. Second
Right.
category of people who wants to have a career in Python itself. If they want to become a Python developer or Python full stack developer, right? Those
Oh,
people, they compulsory need to have the idea about this framework, Django framework compulsory for them. And also they need to have the knowledge on UI technologies. So all this will be
oh,
covered as part of this course, right? Who wants to become a Python developer or a full stack developer, right? Yes.
I got it.
So yes, so it is, so the fee structure, it was said clearly, right? So if total full stack, if you're taking, it is 10K. Only for Python, it is 5K. Means what are the, for Python, what are the other things you will get means HTML in brief, CSS in brief, Bootstrap, JavaScript, Django framework, project, everything you'll be getting, right? Yes. Yes. Yes.
And whatever will be the duration of the class on daily basis?
Daily 1 hour it will be, right?
Daily 1 hour class, and you
Daily.
will give
And,
some
and 1
homework.
second, let me make it clear about the timings also, right? So for the first, okay, see here, for the first 1 week, 1 week or 10 days, the class timing at 7 p.m. After this 1 week or 10 days, the class will be at 8 p.m.
Oh,
So it will be at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So before you go with the payment procedure only, we are intimating it clearly. The time, the batch will start at 8 p.m. after 1 week time, right? Now it will go for 1 week, it goes at 7 o'clock, but later it will be at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, right? As requested by many students, those people who are doing jobs and people who are going to the colleges, there was a request made, so it made it as 8 p.m., right? So for 1 week,
then after
yes.
then after the time will be same, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. After 1 week, right? It will be at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Fine, right? So
Vijay,
tomorrow,
morning batches available or not? Like 8 a.m. or
tomorrow at 8 a.m. a batch is going to start.
okay. So onwards also it will be at morning 8 a.m. like or that batch will taken you
8
the
a.m.
even
8 a.m. It will be at 8 a.m. only.
for the complete of the till the
Yes.
complete the course, right? No?
Up to the end of the course, it will be at 8 a.m. only.
No. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
No, right now you told me it is 7 o'clock.
No. Anyone preferring morning batch, right?
Oh,
Tomorrow there is one more batch starting at 8 a.m. in the morning.
okay. I got your point. Otherwise, 7 p.m. and 8 p.m.
So there is a batch at 8 a.m. tomorrow and evening 8 p.m. it will be. But tomorrow, first 1 week it will be at 7 p.m. Later it will be at 8 p.m. Right? So 2 batches are starting, one in the morning, one in the evening, right? Fine.
Sir, now we will join for Python core and advanced. After that, can we continue this Django or UI?
So that you need to take separate Django batch, right?
Means full stack. You are saying no full. If you want to,
For full stack total, if you are taking, it is like the fee structure is 10. But if you go separately, it will be 5 plus 7. It will be 12, right?
okay.
And how many hours I need to do after the class?
Say how much you practice, that much command you are going to get.
Oh. No, normally average time, because if we will not do practice, there is no worth of taking class, because we will
Yes.
forget all the things. That one
Compulsory,
is
right?
the biggest.
So compulsory minimum 1 hour to 2 hours you need to spend daily, right? Minimum 1 hour to 2 hours you need to spend daily on this. So you need to experiment, you need to explore why like this, why not like this. If I change it, if I take some other input, if I take this input, other input, how it is going to behave. Means what output you are going to get also you need to know as a developer, right? If I apply this, what output I'm going to get in such a way that will be. So it's not a 40 or 45 hours course. So clearly I was saying only for Python, it is 70 hours. And for full stack, it is totally like 120 hours for full stack, right? 70 hours for Python, 50 hours for this
Full stack.
Django and everything, right? 120 hours. Totally 4 months duration for full stack. For Python, it is 2 months, right? And people, if anybody wants to go parallelly, like Python and this UI technologies and Django in the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, 2 hours. If you want to attend weekend batches on this and Python in the weekdays, that also you can go, right? Which you can complete in 2.5 months.
Oh.
So weekend batches will be there for Django and for UI technologies, right? You can attend those weekend batches. Means we
Can I learn both these technologies in parallel, like without knowing the
why?
Python?
Because UI technologies means directly Django won't be started, right? UI technologies means HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. It takes more than 1 month to complete that UI technologies, right? By the time you can complete Python core, and that too when you enter into Django, immediately small MVT architecture and small applications will be discussed. By the time you will be going with advanced Python, right? And that too you won't see much codings in the framework, right? Already you have pre-written code available. You can go parallel, not a problem, right?
Is Pandas is a part of the Python or a Django?
Python only.
Python.
Pandas is part of Python only. All these first 30 topics, what are we discussing, are part of Python only.
Are you developing any applications or maybe some kind of analysis, data analysis or
Yes.
data analytics projects for what are the Python we are learning?
So for Python, I can just provide you, but full-fledged project means you need to go for MVT or texture Django, right? So 1 second.
How Django is going to help for the data analytics project?
1 second. 1 second. So people, I said there are two categories of people, right? First category who are learning Python and going for data science, big data, IoT, robotics. For all these people, Django is not required. People who wants to have a career, who wants to become a Python developer, for those you will require Django, because you're not going to develop a web applications, right, in data science or in big data. So people who wants to become as a Python developer, a Python full stack, for those I can recommend Django framework, full stack. Otherwise, just you can go with Python, right? Fine.
Okay, thank you.
So, okay, tomorrow also same time at 7 o'clock using the same link. Tomorrow I'll just show you some coding wise, some coding Python snippets and Python comparison with other programmings. How simple the Python statements and codes look like normal English statements, right? I'll be this. So everyone attend same time using the same link, right? So if I'm done with your queries, if there are no other queries, I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 7 p.m. right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Fine.
Thank you.